Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is June 1st, 2023, and it's reported that UEFA's investigators have concluded that the European body should sanction Barcelona and ban them from playing the Champions League next season. Also, it's reported that Karim Benzema's arrival in Saudi Arabia could end up helping the return of Leo Messi to Barcelona. And finally, the club might have a new right back in Julian Araujo for the upcoming season. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, it's completely free, and in doing this you will be helping this small and humble channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, or any jerseys or merchandise from any team, football team around the world, make sure you hit the kickback. The link is down below in the description. Now, begin with the news that ABC media outlet is reporting that the UEFA inspectors have concluded that Barcelona should be sanctioned and be banned from playing the Champions League next season. Now, as we've been talking about for several months, Barcelona are currently under investigation by UEFA for the hiring of the former referee Enrique Negreira as a consultant for the club at the same time that he was the vice president of the committee of refereeing. And UEFA is investigating Barcelona to see whether the club, by hiring Enrique Negreira, that they were looking to bribe any referees or buy any kind of influence. And if this is proven, then Barcelona's punishment could be a ban from European competitions next season. Now, UEFA had sent 2 inspectors to the city of Barcelona in order to inspect all the documents and the files of the club as part of their investigation. And today, ABC media outlet has reported that these 2 inspectors have concluded that Barcelona should be banned from the Champions League next season. Now, I'm here to tell you that this story is absolutely false. Barcelona have confirmed that the investigation is still ongoing. And in fact, Barcelona are still exchanging documents with UEFA and its inspectors. And also, Barcelona have received a 71 question form or questionnaire that they still need to complete and turn into UEFA, which is further proof that the investigation is still ongoing and that the investigation has not reached its conclusion, and that Barcelona have not received any kind of reports or any kind of conclusion from the European body. Now, if you're wondering who this ABC media outlet is, it's no coincidence. They're a Madrid-based media outlet in Spain. And it's also no coincidence that they're releasing this fake report right when Barcelona are expected to get their feasibility plan approved, which would allow them to sign more players in the summer and continue on building on the success that they had this season, which was winning La Liga and the Spanish Super Cup, because many anticipated that Barcelona would not win anything for the next 5 seasons, and because they thought that that's how long it would take Barcelona to rebuild. Where Barcelona have rebuilt a lot faster than everyone was expected, winning the 2 trophies this season, and they can continue building on this success if the feasibility plan is approved and Barcelona are allowed to sign the likes of Gundogan and Leo Messi. So of course, there comes this report, try to destabilize Barcelona and try to perhaps convince players not to sign for Barcelona, because it would be a very hard sell for Barcelona to try to sign world-class players if they're not going to be playing the Champions League next season. Now, as I reported several weeks ago, Joan Laporta had met with UEFA's president Seferin in order to discuss the Enrique Negreira case. And the club left with positive feelings from this meeting that UEFA were not going to sanction Barcelona until there's a final determination by the Spanish courts who are currently investigating the Enrique Negreira case. Because if UEFA were to sanction Barcelona and later on the Spanish courts determine that Barcelona are innocent, then Barcelona could turn around and sue UEFA for financial damages and end up making up to 100 million euros from the European body. Now, despite this implied promise by UEFA that they're not going to sanction Barcelona next season and until there's a final determination from a judicial court, Barcelona are very confident that the sanctions are never going to arrive, because Barcelona believe that UEFA and its inspectors are not going to find anything, because there is nothing to find, because Barcelona did not bribe any referees and did not try to buy any kind of influence when they hired Enriquez Negreira's company as a consultant for the club. Now, speaking of the feasibility plan, Barcelona are anticipating that La Liga will be giving them the official green light this upcoming week, either Monday or Tuesday. As we've been talking about, the feasibility plan is a plan that Barcelona presented to La Liga where they commit to reducing their expenses and their spending by offloading players, slashing the budget of the entire club, and increasing the revenues of the club through sponsorships and other new deals. And in exchange, La Liga would loosen a little bit the financial fair play rule restriction and allow Barcelona to register the contracts of Alejandro Balde, Ronald Araujo, Gavi, Marcos Alonso, and Sergio Roberto, renew the contract of Ousmane Dembele, and of course to try to sign new players come this summer. Now, this feasibility plan is a roadmap for Barcelona, so once it's approved, Barcelona will have to get to work in order to achieve all the objectives that they have committed to in this feasibility plan. And also, Barcelona will be receiving from La Liga how much margin they have in order to sign new players. But in order for this to happen, several players will have to be offloaded because Barcelona have committed to reduce their expenses by 200 million euros. And 100 million euros out of these 200 will be through the sales of players like Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, and Frank Kessie. Now, it's reported that La Liga are pressuring Barcelona to accelerate the exits of the players because they want to see immediate action on this feasibility plan. And it's reported that Xavi will continue meeting with these three players to try to convince them to leave the club because, as I reported in previous videos, it seems that all three players want to stay in Barcelona and are currently refusing to leave the club. Now, speaking of the feasibility plan, it's reported that the departure of Karim Benzema to Saudi Arabia could end up helping the arrival of Leo Messi in Barcelona. Now, once Barcelona get the viability or feasibility plan approved, they are hoping to try to sign Leo Messi, who will become a free agent at the end of the season, as confirmed by PSG's coach today, Galtier. And today, another news broke, and that's that Karim Benzema is contemplating leaving Real Madrid in order to join the Saudi League. Now, you might ask, how will Benzema leaving to Saudi Arabia help Leo Messi's return? And while it seems that Barcelona are getting a sense from Javier Tebas that he is becoming a little bit more easygoing or a little bit more budging in regards to the feasibility plan, because now that Karim Benzema will be leaving La Liga will be losing another big star, someone who generates a lot of marketing for the Spanish league. So it's reported that Javier Tebas would want Leo Messi to come back to Barcelona because he fears that La Liga are losing too many stars, and it's going to become much more harder to get sponsors for the Spanish league if it ends up losing all of their biggest stars and all of their biggest names or brands, if you may. Now, speaking of Leo Messi, I do have a new update about the Argentinian superstar, and you might start to get tired about hearing all these different stories and all these different versions about the possibility of Leo Messi's return. But I do assure you that this story has been confirmed, so it's not another rumor that the media are trying to spin. While this news is about why that we now know why Jorge Messi has been pressuring Barcelona to make an offer to Leo Messi in these upcoming days, because it seems that the story that Jorge Messi had accepted Al Hilal's offer was true. However, this offer expires in 15 days where Leo Messi needs to give his final approval or the offer will end up expiring. So this explains why Jorge Messi has been pressuring Barcelona to make an offer for Leo Messi in the upcoming days, because he fears that his son might end up missing out on the 1.2 billion euro contract that Al Hilal are currently offering him. Now, it seems that Barcelona have replied to all this pressure and demands made by Jorge Messi by saying that if Leo Messi wants to come back, that it's completely up to the player, because at the end of the day, it's Messi's contract that's expiring with PSG, and that if Messi wants to come back to Barcelona, that he should be willing to wait for the club, because the club do promise him that they will make him an offer once the feasibility plan is approved. So if Messi really wants to come to Barcelona, all he has to do is wait for the club. Now, it's reported that the signing of Leo Messi could end up affecting Barcelona's signing of other players, because he would take up a big chunk of the whatever little margin that Barcelona would have to sign players once the viability plan is approved by La Liga. And as a result, it's reported that Barcelona could consider Julian Araujo as their official right back for the upcoming season. Now, Barcelona signed Julian Araujo from the MLS for the Barca athletic team during the winter transfer market. However, they were not allowed to register the player, and as a result, Julian Araujo has been training with the Barca Athletic without any opportunity or any chance to be able to play any official matches with the club. Now, it was reported that Barcelona were considering sending Julian Araujo on loan for the upcoming season so he can officially play in the first division and get some more playing time in the Spanish league. However, it's now being reported that Barcelona are considering keeping Julian Araujo and making him the starting right back for Barcelona during the upcoming season. Now, it seems that Xavi sees a lot of good things in the player. He seems to be a very hardworking player who adapts and comprehends Barcelona's style of play really quickly. He's also very fast, strong, and agile. However, Xavi wants to see the player in competition first. So Xavi will be trying out Julian Araujo during the preseason to see whether the Mexican fullback could end up earning a spot in the first squad. Now on to the news that the super agent Pini Xavi has informed Barcelona that unfortunately he's not going to be able to help the club with the signing of Joshua Kimmich. Now, as we've been talking about these past few days, Barcelona have become interested in Joshua Kimmich because it's reported that his entourage had offered the player to the club and that he was not happy at Bayern Munich. However, Barcelona know that this operation is nearly impossible because Bayern Munich have made it very clear that they have no interest in offloading their midfielder. Well, it seems that Barcelona had asked the super agent Pini Xavi, who's Robert Lewandowski's agent and who helped Lewandowski come from Bayern Munich to Barcelona for help with Joshua Kimmich. But however, it seems that Pini Xavi has told Barcelona that he's not going to be able to help him with Joshua Kimmich. See, the reason is that Joshua Kimmich does not have an agent. He does not have an agency representing him. However, he confides very much with his close inner circle or with his entourage. And it seems that Pini Xavi attempted to approach Joshua Kimmich's entourage, but they are a very closed entourage. And as a result, Pini Xavi saw some hesitance from Kimmich's entourage. And as a result, he informed Joan Laporta that he'd be willing to help him with everything else except with the signing of Joshua Kimmich because his entourage is going to be very difficult to approach. And that the only way that Barcelona will be able to start negotiations with the player is if Joshua Kimmich and his entourage approach Barcelona first. Now, speaking of the Bundesliga, we will end today's video with the news that Dani Olmo has reportedly decided to extend his contract with his current club, RB Leipzig. Now, Dani Olmo's contract was set to expire next summer in 2024, and as a result, he had been linked with a possible return to Barcelona because, as you might know, Dani Olmo came up through the Barcelona Academy, and ever since he left, he has been consistently linked with the club, with a possible return to the club, because it seems that Dani Olmo has been eager to come back to Spain during these past few seasons. Well, it seems that Dani Olmo has reportedly decided to extend his contract with RB Leipzig, so this closes the door on any possibility of his return to Barcelona. And to be honest, I am glad that this is happening because, as I had said in a previous video, I really don't think the signing of Dani Olmo would be a good idea. I think it would be a similar signing to Ferran Torres, where they're both good players who would cost a lot, but they don't have the level to compete at Barcelona. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.